Hi, I'm Adi Pocha and I'm a writer filmmaker, and I have about 33 years experience in the advertising, communication and entertainment field. And today I'm going to be talking to you about how do you ask for money for any of your causes, and how do you ask for money across any kind of communication medium that you may be using. What are some tips that you all can use to actually help you ask for money more effectively? But the first thing I want to talk about is, why do people give for a cause? Okay, so some of them give because they have to, they have to give 2% of their spend. Others give to alleviate guilt. Some give to feel good. But mostly people give when they are moved by a cause, when they are emotionally moved by a cause. This leads me to point number 2, which is really to say, therefore, the goal of your communication is to actually emotionally move people to give money. Okay, and that's really the best thing that your communication can do. But let me give you a few examples. There was a very famous hoarding maybe in the early 80s, which said, I cried because I didn't have any shoes until I saw a boy who had no legs. Okay, now that is emotional content. That makes you think. What about all those people who are less fortunate than I am? So really, when we look at communication, we ask the question, not so much what is the message as what is the emotional content of your ad. And I'll give you a few examples here. It could be an ad, it could be a social media post, it could be anything. So really, you need to ask yourself, what's the emotional content in my communication? Now, it's all very well to say that I need emotional content, but that brings me to the question, how do I find that emotional content? All of us aren't great writers, all of us aren't great art directors, all of us aren't great filmmakers. So what is a simple way of building emotional content in a communication that asks for money? And I really have just one important suggestion to make here, which is that no matter what your cause is, ask yourself, where does the emotional story lie? Where does the emotional story reside? And if you can actually get the real story out, so not fake stuff, not made up stuff, not fiction, but if you can really get the real stories out from where the stories reside, okay, trust me, you will have emotional content. To sum up, you need to move your audience. Therefore, you need emotional content. How do you get emotional content? You get emotional content by going out there and talking to the people who actually are living the problem, who are living the story. If you can capture that, put that into your